Here's the story of the great garlic bread escape. I've tried to keep it light and fun, with plenty of quirky characters and silly moments. Let's dive in. In a warm and cozy bakery, nestled at the corner of Main Street, there was a loaf of bread unlike any other. He was golden, crispy, and fragrant with garlic, butter, and a hint of rosemary. His name? Garlic bread. Garlic bread had just come out of the oven, his crust crackling as he cooled on the countertop. Next to him, his best friend Cheese Puff was sitting in a bowl, puffed up and light as air, looking out the bakery window. "Look at that, Cheese Puff," Garlic bread said, puffing up his own crispy edges proudly. "Do you smell that? I'm irresistible. No one can resist me. They'll be lining up to buy me." Cheese Puff floated lazily in the bowl, rolling a little with the breeze. Garlic bread, you know? We're just going to be sold and eaten, right? I don't think that's something to be so proud of." "Nonsense," Garlic bread scoffed. "I'm more than just a snack. I'm a legend. Do you see how golden I am? How perfectly garlicky? They'll want me forever." But just as Garlic bread was basking in his own glory, Spicy Mustard came sliding down the counter, her bottle gleaming with mischievous excitement. "You two have no idea what you're getting yourselves into," Spicy Mustard said, with a sly grin. "That baker is about to sell you, and who knows what'll happen next? You could end up being dipped in a bowl of bland ketchup, or worse, slathered in mayo." "Ugh, not mayo." Garlic bread shuddered. "I'd rather be left to go stale in the pantry." Cheese Puff floated higher in the bowl. "Maybe we could just stay here and wait for tomorrow? We're fresh out of the oven. They won't sell us too quickly." But Garlic bread wasn't having it. He could already hear the tomato sauce gang, 3 jars of tomato sauce from the pantry, arguing about the best way to pair with him. They were getting closer. "No way I'm sticking around for a dip," Garlic bread muttered. "I need to get out of here." Spicy Mustard leaned in. "I've got just a plan. Follow me." Spicy Mustard led Garlic bread and Cheese Puff through the bakery's back door, down a little alleyway behind the shop. But just as they were about to make their move, a voice echoed from the doorway. "Where do you think you're going?" A voice like crunchy toast snapped. It was Crispy Crouton, a crispy piece of bread who thought of himself as the ultimate snack. His edges were sharp, and his ego was even sharper. He had been eyeing Garlic bread for weeks, thinking that no one could out-crunch him. "You think you're better than me?" Crispy Crouton said, giving a little shake of his crumbs. "You're just a soft loaf with garlic butter. I'm the king of all bread, the ultimate crunch." Garlic bread rolled his eyes. "Please, Crouton, you're nothing but a burnt bite of bread. Get out of my way." But Crispy Crouton blocked the door. "Not so fast. You're not going anywhere until I say so." Before Garlic bread could think of a witty retort, Spicy Mustard squeezed herself in front of the door and gave her most dramatic squeeze. "Let them through," Spicy Mustard yelled, as she squirted a stream of spicy goodness right in Crouton's face. Crispy Crouton recoiled. "Ouch! Too much heat." "You're spicy," he grumbled, backing off. "Run, Garlic bread, run!" shouted Cheese Puff, as they rolled out the door and into the cool night air. The trio quickly dashed into the night, but they weren't safe yet. The tomato sauce gang had spotted them. The jars of sauce rolled towards them, their lids gleaming with determination. "Hey, wait! You're the perfect dip for us," shouted one of the jars, chasing after them. "Not today, sauce!" Garlic bread shouted back, his golden crust glistening in the moonlight. "You won't catch me. I'm too hot to handle." Spicy Mustard led them through the back streets, squeezing past piles of garbage cans and barrels. But the tomato sauce gang was persistent. They rolled faster and faster, closing the gap between them. Just as it seemed like they might be caught, Crispy Crouton appeared again, this time jumping out from behind a bakery sign. "Ha! Thought you could escape, did you?" Crouton laughed, his sharp edges gleaming in the dim light. "Now, you're mine." But then, out of nowhere, a huge butter churner appeared in front of them. Garlic bread's eyes widened. Spicy Mustard, always prepared, had led them to the churner. "Take that, Crouton!" Garlic bread cried, rolling straight into the churner. Crispy Crouton hesitated for just a moment, but in that second, Garlic bread used his buttery advantage, sliding and softening croutons' crispy edges until he was just a soggy, flat piece of bread. No, I was supposed to be the ultimate bread, crouton whined, now a limp and soggy piece of toast. With the villain defeated, garlic bread and cheese puff, feeling a bit buttery and proud, kept running. Finally, they found a peaceful spot behind the bakery, a little garden where the sun was rising and the air was fresh. They were free at last. The tomato sauce gang, defeated by their own hunger for the perfect dip, had turned back toward the pantry, and crispy crouton was too soft now to chase anyone. Not bad for a loaf of bread, huh? Garlic bread grinned, sitting down beside Cheese Puff. Cheese Puff smiled, a little puff of air escaping. Yeah, you were right. The outside world's not so bad after all. Spicy Mustard joined them, settling down with a dramatic sigh. Well, looks like you two aren't so bad either. You made a pretty good team. She gave a little squeeze of pride. And so, Garlic Bread, Cheese Puff, and Spicy Mustard sat in the garden, enjoying the morning sunshine, while in the distance, the baker wondered where his garlic bread and cheese puff had gone. He'd never know what happened that night, but then again, some things are better left unsaid. The end. How's that? It's got adventure, humor, and a little bit of a foodie twist. If you like, must subscribe the channel and write suggestions in comments.